Good morning, everybody. Jody Brozick here with WinterWarriorsLive.com, here with head coach Dan Aaker of the Winter Warriors.
How are we doing, Jody?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good.
Big game night tonight. Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central, first road game of the year. Before we get to that, let's go back to the St. Thomas More Cavalier game. You've been coaching a long time. Did you ever see that coming?
I didn't. I thought it would be down the wire type game. I really expected that. We got off to a tremendous start. Had a lot of things kind of maybe go right, and we capitalized on them and momentum right from the get-go, and we just never lost that. Really happy the way our guys played it. I was hoping we'd maybe get some adversity that game because I think you need that to get to where you want to be. We did not experience any adversity that whole game. So that kind of tells you that how we played. When you go back and look at film, the old adage is you never play as good as you thought you did and never as bad as thought you did. And that's kind of indicative of that game. We talked about that with our guys on Monday. We didn't execute a lot of our schemes the way I would like them done and how I think we need to do them to get better down the road. The positive side of that is even though we were not maybe executing at the point of attack the way we like, our guys were blocking. Maybe they were blocking the wrong guy, but we were blocking, and that was probably the difference in the game, just the physicality and buying into just everybody selling out, getting extra yards. We ran really hard, but almost every play we looked at that. We had 11 guys blocking, and that was probably the difference, which really set up what we did offensively. And then defensively, as I said, we kind of they had to snap over the head early, which put them in bad down distance. They had to snap over the head on the punt, which gave us good field position. We capitalized on all their kind of early mistakes, and boom, you look up, it's 24-0. And I don't think anybody anticipated that. Them, us, fans, whoever. And we just kept it going. Just a solid first half of just being relentless and doing the things that we like to do. They made some adjustments, I thought. They did a nice job of sneaking their running back out of the backfield, and we kind of prepared for that, but we were thinking more perimeter stuff where we could probably have our DNs covered up, and they were really smart and ran him through and exposed some of the things we were trying to do, but that's what good teams and good staffs do. But we kind of adjusted that too, and just played solid top start to finish. We wished our younger guys could have played a little cleaner at the end, but we'll definitely take that as an exciting, fun, confidence-building win. But the beauty of it all is we can still get so much better. And I think our guys hopefully realize that, and that is the focus this week and forward is continue to get better. We have not by no means peaked out if we commit to doing the things, especially schematically right.
So let's go to tonight. Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central. Who are their key players? What should we look for them offensively and defensively?
Well, to start with, this first road game, as you mentioned before, so we got to be ready to get on the road, and we're also returning to the spot where 2 years ago they ended a 10-year, 39-game win road streak that was pretty impressive. A little stint we had in 10 years with not losing a road game, and they beat us 2 years ago, first time we played them, and it was there. So we're returning to that spot, and obviously be ready to go from that standpoint. But they've struggled offensively the first two games. They've I think really trying to get an identity probably right now, and they're trying to find some of their guys. They got dinged up after the first game. They had about 3 starters out that I could see in the second game, and I really don't know their status tonight. That doesn't really probably change our game plan. I do know we're going to get hit tonight. They're what they do bring to the table is they're physical. They just haven't had any explosive plays and really anything. They've shot themselves in the foot to get sustained drives by penalties or turnovers. So defensively, we're really looking for a solid effort from our guys, and we put some pressure on our defense this week, just saying, this team has scored 6 points in 2 games. What can our defense do against them? And we would expect a solid showing. Really comes to up front like any game, but that's probably their strength. They return most of those guys up front. I think we'll see multiple fronts defensively, which goes back to what I just talked about St. Thomas More. Can we see the different adjustments, and can we execute where we want to do against the different adjustments? Unusual week for us this week because of Labor Day. So we went Monday, normal day, but then Tuesday we had a JV game, which kind of throws a wrench into your planning of a typical game week. And we actually had our JV come up and do some things against our varsity before their game. Not necessarily what we'd like to do, but we feel we need to get our varsity ready. But it was just different and odd, and I think our guys adjusted to it. maybe didn't get as much team stuff as I'd like this week because of that JV game. But no excuses. I think that we just need to execute up front and control that line of scrimmage, which is going to be a challenge. I really feel that we're going to get hit tonight, and we got to be ready to deliver that back and just continue getting better. I'd say Noah Dixon's probably their best player, defensive end. They move him around. After their injuries, he didn't play any running back the first game, and then they had him at tailback quite a bit. Then he'd split him out to a wing and maybe a wideout. We need to know where he's at because they want to get him the ball. He's, in my opinion, the best player, and we struggled with him at defensive end last year. The way they play their defense are a big challenge on our wingbacks too, blocking wise, because they'll play a little soft and they're big guys. So we'll stress our wingbacks kind of blocking that edge a little bit tonight too. But what I've told the guys all week, and this is I think the most important thing, Jody, tonight is we were so focused and so much energy and for a big opponent. All right, can we match that? It can without any letdown. And good teams, that's what they do. They just each week they bring that to the table. And so that's from my standpoint what my curiosity for our team tonight is can we bring that to the table back-to-back weeks? And that's what good teams do, great teams do. And and that's the first thing we addressed on Monday. So that's probably what I'm looking for the most out of our guys tonight.
We always talk every year about the identity of the Winter Warrior team that's on the field for that year. We're kind of do you have that identity, or are you still at a crossroads and that's going to be determined the next couple of weeks?
Well, I think we've already determined some of our go-to stuff. I mean, I think we're built for probably the system we're trying to do. I think you look at our guys and been getting better up front, obviously, but the double wing fits us well because of our blocking ability at our wings. And we're gonna run the ball, and we run it effectively now.
80s.
Yeah, it is. And, we talked about last week, but we have some quarterback stuff there too. And obviously Brady's a tremendous athlete and throws the ball well. We may see some more of that tonight, where we need to work on some of that part of the game. So we have some good balance when needed. But we hope to be stiffly in defense and ball control, and no matter the opponent. And we did a really nice job of those two things the first two games. Can we continue to do that? And that's the identity we want to be.
You mentioned Brady, kind of a breakout game for him. We've always known the potential was there for those huge plays. We really got to see him last week. Who are some of the other players right now that are stepping up?
Yeah, obviously Trevor has had a really nice start to the year, but that was expected. When we need yards, that's where we're going. He just has a unique ability to either make somebody miss or run them over, and 150 pounds, he's a really tough running back. I thought Phillip ran really well last week. He's hardest he's ran, and what we would expect out of him game in, game out. And I think we've talked to him about this week about that too, because he's 200 pounds and should be able to go through some of that stuff a little bit better than he has necessarily. And then up front, from tight end to tight end, those guys have did a nice job, and that's where it has to take place. And Achilles won't play again tonight. Hopefully back next week. Sam is out for probably 2 weeks now, just trying to get that back healed up. Evan Varner back in there, Caden Keyser will get some carries, and we'll find out what kind of depth we have. But it's good for those guys too. I think they're excited to get their shots too. And you go back to Brady. We actually made a late week adjustment defensively and moved him to corner with some of the speed and threats we thought we had. I thought Evan did a great job of never really playing free safety until Wednesday of that week. And that's probably a rotation we're looking at against a fair amount of our opponents. Maybe not every week, but those guys need to be interchangeable in our back three and our cover three, and he picked that up well. So Evan Farner, I thought, is obviously another one that's had a really nice start to the year.
So do you. We'll see you on 281.
All right.
The trip up to